Hi, it's the middle of September and sorry, my neighbours have still got building work going on, so if you hear the odd clatter. I've had a very slow start of the month and I'm not sure why. I don't know, I went away for a couple of days for our wedding anniversary, but I've only finished 4 books, which is not like me at all, and I have been reading apart from when I went away. So I'm not quite sure what's gone on there. So I'm hoping that my end of the month wrap up in a couple of weeks' time, I will have a lot more books. So the 4 books that I read, 3 of them were 400 pages. I don't know, no. A couple of them were 400 pages. One was 350 and one was 284. So it wasn't as though I was reading really long books. So I don't know. Right, the first one I read was The Witch and the Tsar by Olesya Salnikova Gilmore, and this was a fantasy novel about Baba Yaga, so we're into sort of the Russian folklore, and it's not the Baba Yaga of the legends that we know, where she is this fearsome creature, this fearsome witch. She is a woman in her prime in this story. She's still got the house on chicken legs that moves around, and she is still a healer, and she's still got the connection with the animals. We are in the time of Ivan the Terrible. At the beginning of the novel, he isn't terrible. It's before he gets that reputation. And it's the story of her and how when he does start doing his sweeping through Russia and destroying villages, she's there trying to help the villagers, trying to help the townsfolk, trying to heal Russia. And we've got different gods as well. We've got references to the Lady of Death. We've got other gods, some of whom I had to look up on Google, because unlike Greek and Roman myths, where there are all these stories, there are very, very few stories about sort of Russian folklore and Slavic folklore. So I had to sort of Google some of these names that I didn't recognise. But a really, really good book. I really enjoyed that one. It was a super fantasy story. The second one I read was... Let's turn the page. Someday Maybe, which was a NetGalley arc that comes out on the 6th of October. And this was lovely. It's all to do with grief. And you've got Eve, who's a 30-something Igbo-British woman, who finds her husband dead. He's committed suicide. And so you have got a heartbreaking grief, this grief that consumes her, because not only has she lost her soulmate, there's the feelings that wasn't she enough for him to want to keep living, and the feelings that did she miss something? Did she miss the fact that her husband was in so much pain that there was no other option but to take his own life? So she's got all these feelings coming on, and she's got the mother-in-law from hell, so just watch out for that one. You get flashbacks of her life, so you get to know the relationship that she had with her husband. The brilliant thing is her family and her friends, this support mechanism that descend on her and are there for her, to show her that she's still loved, that she's still the person she always was. And there's laughter in here. You wouldn't expect a book about grief to be full of laughter, but there is laughter in here. There is smiles. And it's her baby steps towards healing. There is a trope in there that did it need to be there or didn't it? I can't quite get my mind about that one, but I'm not telling you what it is. You'll find out when you read it. But that was another one that I enjoyed. My 5-star this month, so far was The Trees by Percival Everett, that's on the Booker shortlist. And this was a super novel. It's historical. It's got historical facts in there as well as fiction and black humour. And it's taken as the springboard the lynching in 1955 of a 14-year-old black lad, Emmett Till, whose killers were found not guilty. So that is the foundation of this story. And we start off in this incredibly racist town in Mississippi, and the badly beaten, mutilated body of a white man is found, and next to him is the badly beaten corpse of a black man. And this corpse goes missing, only to be found at a crime scene when a second badly mutilated and badly beaten body of a white man is found. This same corpse is there again. So he sort of disappeared from one crime scene and appeared in the next. And into this town comes two black detectives and a black female FBI agent. So you've got these three figures in this incredibly racist town, and the murders carry on. And there is humour in there, there is horror in there, there's some gruesome bits in there, and there are some chilling bits. There are a couple of places where you just take a step back and you almost stop breathing because it just hits you. Really, really good book. I really enjoyed that. And that was my 5-star. And my final one is the one that I've just finished, Glory, also on the Booker shortlist. And this is a satire about the regime of Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe, covering the time when there was the military coup in 2017. And you've got all the characters that are animals, and you've got the military coup when the father of the nation, an old horse, is deposed and a younger horse becomes president. But for the townspeople, nothing changes. Their life is still the harsh life that they lived before. The new regime hasn't done anything for them at all. There's some powerful sections in here, particularly covering the story of Destiny, a young goat. And it didn't have the same impact on me as The Trees did. I found the animals, the idea of putting animals in human form didn't really work for me. It didn't. The fact that it was a horse and a goat and a donkey, they've all got mobile phones, they've all drive cars. It didn't seem to have the impact that maybe George Orwell's Animal Farm did. So those are my 4 books of the first half of the month. My book of this first part, The Trees, that is my book of the month, or my book of the first half of the month. So I will see you next time, and hopefully when it comes to the end of the month I'll have more than 4 books to talk about. So happy reading, take care, and bye.